You know, in the world of artificial intelligence, a year feels more like a decade, right? The pace is just relentless. And just when you think you finally got a handle on things, bam, a new breakthrough comes along and just shifts the entire landscape. Well, today we're diving into Google's latest, and it's a big one.
I want you to really think about this for a second. What if an AI didn't just read a paragraph or analyze a single image, but could absorb an entire feature-length film or a massive software codebase all at once? The possibilities that unlocks are just staggering.
Well, guess what? That idea isn't science fiction anymore. It's actually the beating heart of Google's newest breakthrough, Gemini 1.5. This isn't just an update. It's what the next major step in AI's evolution looks like. So what is Gemini 1.5, really? Okay, it's the next version of Google's AI, but this is way more than just a minor tweak. It has been built from the ground up to be truly multimodal. And that just means it can natively understand text, images, and audio all together at the same time. This gives it a kind of contextual awareness that's on a whole other level. So what's the magic behind all this? What's the secret sauce? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the core innovations that really make Gemini 1.5 tick. This new model is really built on a few key pillars. And while we're going to touch on them all, I want to start with the one that is an absolute game changer. Its ridiculously massive context window. 1 million tokens. Just let that number sink in for a minute. This is the big headline feature, and for good reason. A context window is basically the AI's short-term memory, and expanding it to this kind of scale, well, it's a monumental leap forward. So what does a 1 million token window actually get you in the real world? It means Gemini 1.5 can take in and reason over just enormous amounts of information in one single prompt. We're talking about hours of video footage, entire novels, or incredibly complex code bases with thousands and thousands of files. It's not just reading it, it's understanding how all the pieces connect. All right, next up is the second key innovation, true multimodality. Now, this isn't just about an AI that can handle text or images. Nope, this is about an AI that understands them when they're woven together, just like we do. It doesn't just read the data, it sees and hears it. By processing all these different types of data at the same time, Gemini 1.5 gets a much more complete, holistic picture of whatever you give it. This unlocks some incredibly sophisticated interactions. You could, for example, show it a video clip and ask really complex questions about what's happening both visually on the screen and audibly in the soundtrack. Okay, but how can it do all of this heavy lifting without being crazy slow and inefficient? Well, the secret is a clever new architecture called Mixture of Experts, or MOE. The easiest way to think about it is like a team of specialists. Instead of having one giant AI brain work on every single problem, it intelligently routes your request to the smaller expert models that are best suited for that specific task. It's just way, way more efficient. But look, this kind of efficiency isn't just about smart software. It's really a delicate balancing act. You have that optimized architecture on one side, and then you have powerful, specialized hardware on the other. You absolutely need both of them working in perfect harmony to get this level of performance. So you've got these really smart, efficient neural networks, that's the brains, and that's paired with the raw muscle of specialized hardware built to do this kind of work. It's that powerful combination that allows for this incredible jump in what the AI can do. Okay, so the tech is obviously super impressive, but here's the most important question of all. So what? What does any of this actually mean for us? How is this stuff going to go from a research lab into our actual lives? Let's start with an industry where the stakes literally could not be higher: healthcare. The potential here is just enormous. Just imagine an AI that can analyze a patient's entire medical history, decades of records, to spot a subtle trend that a human doctor might miss. At the same time, it to be helping that doctor interpret an MRI scan with incredible accuracy. Or it could act as a real-time universal translator during a video call with a patient, breaking down language barriers to make sure people get the best care possible. Next up, education. This is an area that is just absolutely ripe for transformation, and this technology could finally get us closer to that dream of truly personalized learning for everyone. We're talking about custom-tailored lesson plans that automatically adapt to each student's learning style and pace. It could also automate tedious tasks like grading, which would free up teachers' time for more one-on-one mentoring.
And just like in healthcare, it could act as a universal translator, creating more inclusive classrooms around the world. And of course, you have to talk about the world of finance, an industry that runs on an ocean of data. Gemini 1.5's ability to process these vast streams of information is pretty much a perfect match. Think about an AI that can sift through global financial data in real time to spot emerging market trends that no human could see, or intelligent chatbots that can handle really complex customer service questions. And, behind the scenes, that same system could be analyzing millions of transaction patterns, spotting potential fraud by flagging tiny anomalies before any damage is done.
So it is crystal clear that the future this tech unlocks is incredibly powerful. But, and this is a big but, with that kind of power comes a profound need for responsibility. And that's a theme Google itself is really trying to hammer home.
At the end of the day, Gemini 1.5 isn't just a simple upgrade. It really represents a fundamental shift. It's a huge leap forward that is actively redefining how we're all going to interact with technology and with information itself.
And this brings us to such a vital point. When you're building something this powerful, you can't just think about what it can do. You have to think about how it should be used. The idea here is that safety and ethical concerns can't be an afterthought. They have to be baked into the process right from day one.
Which really leaves us with the big question, doesn't it? This technology is here, and it is only going to get more and more powerful. So how do we, as developers, as a society, as users, strike that critical balance? How do we keep pushing the boundaries of innovation while making sure we're building a future that isn't just powerful, but is also responsible? That is the challenge and the opportunity that lies ahead for all of us.